Journey with a Cinephile presents.
Guy Lapointe, that is my name, Guy Lapointe, and I spent 20 years as the inspector of the Sûreté du Québec. And what might be in your basket?
Mordecai, Lord of Silverdale. I should like to request a bucket of ice, Bruno Stubbs sign, and a bulldozer.
You threatening me, Bulger?
The last thing I would do if I was planning to harm you is to warn you in advance, you dumb fuck.
Depp Dive, a dapper look into Johnny's feature filmography.
That's a very good title, Guy Lapointe and the Winnipeg Walrus. God damn it, I should have chose that title.
Do you know that this is the second best-selling book of all time? After the Bible, which took 12 guys to write. And you know what? It's boring. Very boring.
It's you! You're you again!
Well, if I'm not, I wish I was.
Episode 25, Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie, and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Hello, and welcome, listeners, to another episode of Journey with a Cinephile presents Depp Dive, a dapper look at Johnny's feature filmography. I am one half of your hosting duo of David Garrett Jr., we come out of Columbus, Ohio, and I am joined by my better half
of Jamie Fresh Garrett.
Yes, that is true. And this, what I was telling Jamie...
I'm just shocked you said that, because normally I give myself that compliment.
That's true. But what I was alluding to right before I hit record is, this is episode number 25.
Wow.
So that's
We've been...
2 years and...
A month.
And 1 month. So, this is how, we're kicking off season 3.
Wow, I didn't realize we were doing it for this long.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about in the last outro about how, we're getting very close to being done with this, and we have a potential other project that we might shift over to doing. We'll have to switch titles up and everything like that, but
that would be my second podcast.
Yes, it would be. Look at you. You're just...
My gosh, I'm a star. You know who I sound like?
Who?
Maxine. I'm a star.
That's true. Great movie. Great trilogy.
Yes.
Well,
except for they messed up on the title of Pearl, but
that's
neither here nor there.
Story. But what we'll say is how are things going?
I think pretty well.
I would say, fairly well. I mean, today we had some blow-ups with the old
3-year-old.
Well, she acts like she's.
But that was the first one in about a week. That got really bad.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
I'll take it. I mean, it wasn't great in the moment, but
that's all right. We all ended up as a happy family.
Yep.
Right after that.
She earned back her movie, so that was...
After I helped her clean up her toys.
We know we kind of have to help her. But, I mean, other than that, the holidays, we're coming back to getting things back on track and everything like that. And
track to what?
Well,
I'm confused.
We're recording this right before Christmas.
Okay.
I was trying to keep the facade up that this is January, and usually you yell at me for doing this, and then you ruin the facade.
I think people would appreciate that we are doing what we can do when we can do it, and sometimes that means we record our intros 6 weeks before we actually record the outro because I'm tired.
Well, it's actually fun when I'm editing and I know we're bickering, so I can tell little things that are being said, and we're at a good moment when I'm editing it, and I'm just listening back, going, "Oh man, she is so mad right there," and I can.
Or the last episode was not my best.
Well, the one time when you got mad at me because I was like, "Well, you wanted to record, now you're not even saying anything," and then I had to edit out so much dead air. There was probably 5 minutes of dead air combined that I had to edit out.
That's when I was cursing you in my mind.
Probably. I'm not shocked by that.
Well, we've been in a better spot, mainly because I started my workout routine in the morning, and it helps everyone feel better in the morning.
Well, then I'm getting up about a half hour earlier to do a little bit of editing / podcast stuff.
So we each get our own time in the morning. Then it puts us, we're happier.
Yeah, it helps me on the weekends where I'm not as backed up on things.
And I find going to work more enjoyable when I start the day doing something I want to do, not getting up to get ready, to get the kids, to go to work. So
that's fair.
4 a.m. comes real quick, but it's working out well. And then I go to bed super early, and then you have even more time.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
But I will say then, for this episode here, number 25, we have The first movie is going to be a first-time watch for both of us. The second one, you have informed me that you, in the outro, that you have seen. The first one's going to be, it's Funny or Die. I didn't realize that until I actually found it out in the universe, that it's Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal. This is them taking his book, and it sounds like they're doing a comedic parody of it, where Depp is going to be taking on good old DT as the old DJT as the character he's taking on there.
I can't picture, like, they don't look anything alike.
Oh, no.
So there
The
has to
images
be a
I've
lot
seen-
of makeup.
And I think there might be some CGI involved. Like, it's bad. Like, I've seen images, like, snippet for the, like, intro. It's bad. It's real bad, so I'm excited.
Like,
It's got a stellar cast. I've looked, like, Ron Howard is in it, so, like,
Oh.
yeah. What?
Ron Howard, isn't he the porn star?
That's Ron Jeremy.
Oh.
Ron Howard is Opie from the Andy Griffith Show. He's also a director.
Oh, I thought you meant Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
No, Opie from the Andy Griffith Show, and he was on Happy Days. He's a director now.
I don't know who that is.
What do you mean you don't know who that is?
I've never seen Happy Days.
You've seen Snippet. You know who the Fonz is?
I know what he looks like in the old days.
Henry Winkler, yeah. Oh, he's the dad of Gene Raffio and his...
Yeah, so I know him older.
Ron Howard was the redhead from that show. Like, he was the main character.
What's he been in recently?
He's a director. He directed, like, Apollo 11.
Never
and
seen it.
I'm getting stressed out right now. Really bad. His brother's Clint Howard. You know his brother, Clint Howard, because he was in Waterboy. He's one of the guys with the goofy teeth.
That's the Fonz is in there too, right?
Yes, but Clint...
That's how I picture him.
Clint Howard is one of the guys in the stands who are, like, rooting for those guys, and they're like, Joe Montana, and they're getting all confused and everything.
Just like me.
Yeah, I'm so stressed out. Anyways, let's move on. Like,
I don't...
let's move on. Anyways, the second movie...
He's so disappointed.
is going to be one that you have seen already, which is going to be Alice Through the Looking Glass.
His hair's all messed up.
I don't know if I'm really excited about this one.
I can tell when you're upset because your hair gets taller and taller because you keep messing with it.
Okay, anyways. So Alice Through the Looking Glass is going to be the second movie that we are covering on this episode. Anything else you want to say before we jump over to our first movie?
I like Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's not... Borat's in it.
Okay, I do like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, he's time.
Yes, I did see that in the cast list.
It goes farther than I ever knew of Alice in Wonderland, so I don't know if it's really true or does it follow the books. I don't know.
There's two books, I think. I think there's Alice Through the Looking Glass and
Alice in Wonderland.
Maybe, and I think Through the Looking Glass is like a. I don't think it's one story. I think it's like her going there. I think there's like multiple like tales. I don't know if she's in all of them or not.
Alice?
Yeah.
Oh.
But don't quote me. Like, I'm just going off of what I've read, like just snippets of it. But I know what Lewis Carroll, I think, was the guy who wrote those two. I think he was addicted to like opium or something like that.
I mean, it comes out quite.
And he had like hallucinations and stuff. But yeah, I have no idea about that movie either. I just know that it's. I know in the little snippet trailer thing that I have for our intro that I don't think Johnny Depp I don't think the Mad Hatter remembers who Alice is at first.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I think I've only seen it once or twice. So
I know the image
it's darker for sure.
I know the little stretch that I have for the thing is that she's like excited and like says hi to him, and he's like confused. So
yeah, this definitely dives deeper. It's more of a depth dive into the Mad Hatter.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, haven't seen either of these, so that's about the extent of what I can contribute to this early conversation.
Well, I think then we should go watch them.
And last thing I'll say, do you remember watching Jurassic World?
With Chris Pratt.
The one with Chris Pratt.
The first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the redhead?
The girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard. That's Ron Howard's daughter.
I still don't know who Bryce Howard is, so it doesn't matter.
She's the redheaded daughter. Bryce Dallas Howard is the redheaded girl that is in love with...
Her name is Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, I thought you meant... So her dad...
Is Ron.
I still don't know who Ron is, and that's
fine.
what matters.
You will when I show you a picture in about 3 minutes.
You had to bring it back up. I thought we had moved past this.
Well, it's stressing me out that you still don't know who he is. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
Why does this matter so much?
This is Ron Howard.
What would I have seen him in?
I mean, I've named off about 14 different things. All right, let's cut away from this because this is getting out of control. We'll be right back with the trailer for Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal.
Coming up on TV's Monday Night Movie: Power, Money, Real Estate, Beautiful Women, Cat-Eating Aliens, High-Quality Brass.
The only thing with more brass is my balls.
In Donald Trump's made-for-TV movie, The Art of the Deal, the movie. Based on his best-selling book, The Art of the Deal. New kid on the block makes New York City his playground. And the Big Apple skyline, his toys. In the office, he was at his best, but by night, he was at his worst. If Donald Trump broke deals like he broke hearts, he'd be out of business. Witness The Art of Money.
I want you to slather every square inch of Trump Tower in brass.
The Art of Persuasion.
I would hate to see your mother have an accent. Scary.
The Art of Struggle. The Art of Love.
Somebody remove Ivana from the set because she's killing me.
The Art of Art.
I love your language.
Thank you.
The Art of the Deal.
That is what you call the art of the deal.
9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain. Except where tonight's football game is being broadcast.
And welcome back. As you can tell from that trailer there, we're going to be covering Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie from 2016. Directed by Jeremy Connor, it was written by Joe Randazzo. This stars Jonathan Depp, Ron Howard, and Alfred Molina. This is a parody comedy that's from the United States, currently sitting on a 5.9 on IMDb and a 2.9 on Letterboxd, with the synopsis being: Funny or Die presents a satirical rendition of Donald Trump's 1987 best-selling business book, The Art of the Deal. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, the one on Letterboxd is Donald Trump has it all: money, power, respect, and an Eastern European bride. But all that success didn't come for nothing. First, he inherited millions of dollars from his rich father. Then he grabbed New York by the balls. Now you can learn the art of the negotiation, real estate, and high-quality brass. So, I've kind of wanted to start here with because this is the first time watch for both of us. What were your initial thoughts here about this oddball little film here?
There's a lot of cast,
Yeah, there's a lot of really famous
big
comedic actors.
Yes.
Maybe not at the time, but if they weren't at the time, they've definitely taken off since then.
What year was this?
2016.
2016.
But I'm assuming a lot of them are, because some of the people were on The Office, or they were. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people.
The Office
or The League. There are
Oh, I
shows.
haven't watched The League.
So there's two of those. I'm pretty sure that Jack McBrayer, who was the German architect, pretty sure he was on The Office, at least a limited basis. Stephen Merchant is actually on the British Office, and he makes appearances on the American version of it.
Oh, that's where I knew him from.
Yep. And then I know that, and then Rob Hubel is the one who ends up marrying Michael Scott. That's her first fiance. He plays the club boss that Donald ends up talking to about becoming a part owner of that club. That guy who he's getting the club from, who's you can't sleep with any of the guy's wives. That guy was her first fiance that they end up breaking up. But Michael's very bummed when he first meets him.
Yeah.
And then the one guy with the teeth, Paul Scheer, he's bald. He's on The League, and then so is Jason Mantzoukas, who was the hobo oracle in this one. He's also on The League. Yeah,
this was a very long 50 minutes for me.
Yeah, it started off real hot, where I was really kind of okay, this is moving, okay, and then it hit a wall.
It was funny, but it was over the top. It was a typical Will Ferrell Funny or Die.
Yeah,
where it's everything he does. It would work better
as a 20-minute skit instead of a 50-minute skit.
Right, or even a 5-minute skit divided up over several shows. It's one of those.
I had, in my review, actually had said that if it would have been more like South Park, where South Park, when they made fun of Scientology or Mormons, how they yes, they present all the facts and all the information, but they also do it in a engaging way, where this one was very wordy and very, I'll give it to them. They let Johnny just go all out being Donald Trump in this one.
Yeah, I thought there was, from everything that we see, obviously, Right now, I feel like everything is one-sided. It just depends on
Yeah.
what side you're on.
100%.
But it seems everybody who portrays Trump is the same.
Yeah.
And it seems like, because that's how he is, that's how we see him on the media. So
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. You don't see people doing this about any other president. So I think that's just an interesting take as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a lot of that goes to
2016, he was president then, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure from what I was reading that he was already president because, like, he obviously goes back in time in this.
Yeah, that's right.
And
he
so,
has
like,
a mega hat.
yeah, so it's like it's kind of playing on that. The only other person who was like famous like that would have been Ronald Reagan because he was an actor before he
beforehand.
was president and everything like that. We
There's
haven't
like
had
a theme there.
we haven't had a lot of presidents though that had the notoriety before become president.
Because Obama got a lot of flack for going on in movies and being guest stars on stuff.
I don't know if he was ever in
He was
movies.
he was in like Pitch Perfect. He was a cameo.
Got it. Okay.
He also was in Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, so like that, like
So
fake review or a fake interview show that he does, where it's highly scripted. I mean, it's a comedy.
Yeah, so there was that, but other than that, it's not like you saw Biden in a lot of these things.
No, I mean, I will say Biden
Old as shit, but
for that. So
still,
yeah, no, I mean that's definitely a good point to kind of bring up. I mean, obviously, we've never had a reality star, well, a reality personality, like on reality shows, you know, The Apprentice being the game show that it was. You don't really have a lot of people like that who have actually turned it into what he has become.
agreed. And you see it reflected in the movie a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's some story about him wanting the Taj Mahal, and
Well, I think a
I
lot
don't
of
know
that
about that.
is based in fact, 'cause like I've told you about the NFL. Like
yeah.
I knew the 30 for 30 about that one, where he was with the USFL and how there was the moral victory in the courts, but how this spins like, oh, it was a huge major victory. And it's kind of interesting there because it does very well in like hinting at like how he spins things to make everything into a big win for him, just because of his ego doesn't allow him to like have things like to be where like if we won something like that, we'd be like, well, I won, but like, did I really win? Like,
right.
I
he
didn't
lost
actually
a lot in that win.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting like that, where it does play well with showing some of those facets. I mean, to be honest, Johnny's very good as playing Donald with his mannerisms, with the things that he said and everything. I actually like some of the other supporting people a little bit better because they get to have a little bit more fun with doing what they are.
Because he has to be a certain person.
Right. Because, I mean, I don't think most people watching this would know about Trump's lawyer, Jerry Schrager, something like that. Alfred Molina got to play that one where he got to do like little things. Or, like, I don't know if a lot of people know Barron Hilton in real life. So Stephen Merchant got to be who he was, got to play a little bit more. I don't know if a lot of people know Ivana. So that actress, Michaela Watkins, got to actually, like,
Play it up.
Where I think those people get a little bit more leeway to do. And I never actually realized that Trump had issues with Merv Griffin, who created, I believe, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. So it's just weird because, like, I knew the name Merv because of,
I didn't know
if you're watching it
anything.
again, it's like created by Merv Griffin. So it's just funny that Patton Oswalt got to play that, and the guy might have been low-key gay with some of the things that they were doing, where he's like, oh, I'm working out, and there was just two dudes behind him working out, and he's just laying by the pool. So, like, just little things like that is what I kind of enjoyed a little bit more.
That's fair.
Anything else you wanted to talk about with the premise or story or anything that this gave us?
No, because I'm trying to be a little bit more...
Yeah, I don't necessarily want my personal feelings outside of what we said already.
Agreed.
Kind of. We can kind of run through the cast. We've already done it a little bit, so I'm not going to
We've already done it a lot.
You know who Ron Howard is now?
Yes, I do.
Bryce Dallas Howard's father. And you also, I showed you a picture of his brother, Clint. He was the one I was talking about that was in like Waterboy and everything. How that family
Yes.
has had a lot of success.
Check out the show notes.
Yeah. Or I'll try to figure out how to get that picture up there. You finally realized who he was. I already said Patton Oswalt, funny guy. Mick Brayer's actually very funny. He's in Forgetting Sarah Marshall as well. He's like the dweeb husband. That
yes.
We already brought up Michaela Watkins. Henry Winkler is in this very briefly as Ed Koch. We have Merchant. Christopher Lloyd plays Doc Brown, so this is in the Back to the Future.
That's right.
Cinematic universe. Christian Shale is Gloria. I don't remember who she was in this, but I believe she is on Bob's Burgers.
Oh, is she the receptionist?
She must have been. She plays Louise, so I think she's the one who is the bunny-eared.
Yes. I thought I recognized the voice.
Her voice? Oh, yes.
Dinner for Schmucks.
You are right. Yes, she has a very distinctive voice. I think she's also on Archer.
Yes,
doing
I think
something
so.
like that. Andy Richter played Pete Rozelle, who was the NFL commissioner that Trump has issues. Brought up Scheer, brought up Mantzakis, Hubel. The other one that I really was going to bring up before I'm done with this little section is a very young Jacob Tremblay playing the little boy who...
He was so small.
And yeah, so that was definitely interesting to see him that young, because I know he was in Wonder, which would have been kind of around that time. And
he was in Good Boys.
Mm-hmm. But before, that actually came out a little bit after some of these other ones.
Good Boys came out when I still lived in Grandview.
Yes, yeah. But he was acting before that. I'm trying to see real quick if I can, with this.
I don't know of anything else he's in. He's always so small looking.
Because I looked this up while we were watching it. This wasn't his first. The first thing I knew him for was actually the same year as this, was Before I Wake. Oh, you watched that with me. The one where the kid, his dreams come to life, and he's afraid of the Canker Man, and the movie tears me up every time because he's adopted by two people. It's Kate Bosworth and, I'm drawing a blank.
I kind of remember this.
And he dreams of, butterflies, and he's really into that stuff. He's trying to stay awake because he's afraid.
Yes.
Because of what the Canker Man actually ends up being. I don't want to spoil it for people on this podcast.
Well, and myself, because I vaguely remember it.
I'll tell you once we get off this report. Same year he was in Good Boys, he was also in Dr. Sleep. He's the little boy who is a baseball player, who has the shine, so the people in the crowd are like, oh, he's a great baseball player. Not realizing that he has a little bit of psychic ability, so he knows what pitches are coming, and then he gets kidnapped by the True Knot, the energy vampires.
Jeez. I've watched so many movies. Yeah,
he's a very good actor, especially for his age, and I'm hoping... He's also in The Room with... I've never seen that.
That movie is...
It's on my list. I always forget that Brie Larson is the one who stars with him.
That movie just is gut-wrenching.
Anything else, then, we want to talk about with this before we talk about what we're here for?
No.
So what do you think of Johnny Depp's performance? I actually said this in my review of it. He's so good at playing real people.
Yes.
So, he did really well at being Donald Trump.
I hated him.
Well,
but I think there's
probably a little bit more there with...
He's evoking some...
personal feelings in there. I think his performance is actually really good.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it overall. I have a harder time separating, things I do like from things I don't like in the movie. I either like it or I don't. Yeah. So with this one, I just thought it was boring, so therefore he was boring to me.
That's fair. No, I can...
So I think that's where you and I differ a lot.
Yeah, I can separate a performance from a bad movie. Not that it's a bad movie. It's
just boring.
Yeah, they needed to liven it up a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot... It was all talking.
Yes, and I think
that's where I struggled. No action.
It was probably also didn't have the biggest budget.
No.
Or if this would have been something a little bit
they spent it all in all the actors.
Probably. I bet a lot of people did this. I bet there wasn't a big budget. I bet a lot of people were just no, I'll jump in.
There wasn't a lot of trivia for this movie.
I can imagine, because they're literally taking things that are in the book and then trying to reflect it on things that didn't actually
happen, or they spin
He embellished, a lot of what... it's a parody. It's a satire, so... So are you going to hold on to Black Mass, or are you going to switch off to this?
I'm holding on to Black Mass.
Yeah, same. I'm going to stick with the Libertine.
You're not going to switch? You just said how great he was.
No, I said he was good at it. I would still put Black Mass, Libertine, and Fear and Loathing. I'd even probably put the Rum Diary performance, because these are all based on real people.
You're going to stay with the Libertine for the rest.
There's a good chance, because the ones that I thought might overtake it have already kind of passed, so I don't know if there's a whole lot coming up on the horizon that I think would end up being a better performance for me to kind of jump off of that. Anything else you want to talk about then with this one before we put a pin in it?
Nope, I'm just ready to watch Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass.
I think it's just Alice through the looking glass.
I don't care.
Yeah, so I was taking a little gander here to see if there's anything that could potentially knock it off. I don't know if there is, but we shall see. So then, if that's all we have here, let's jump over to the trailer then for Alice Through the Looking Glass.
You've been gone too long, Alice. There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected. Hurry.
When the day becomes the night, and the sky becomes the sea, when the clock strikes heavy, and there's no time for tea, and in our darkest hour, before my final rhyme, she will come back home to Wonderland and turn back the hands of time.
Time is a he. He is not someone you want as your enemy. Please, sir, the Hatter is in danger.
Young lady, your time is up. This cannot be good.
Hello, Alice.
I present you with a gift.
And welcome back. As you can tell from our trailer there, we watched Alice Through the Looking Glass, not Alice
in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
This is from 2016, directed by James Bobin. It is not
by Timmy B.
This was written by Linda Wolverton, and then based on the characters by Lewis Carroll, and then
So this is not
the
same story that Lewis Carroll wrote.
No, just the characters.
The characters and the name. So this is a completely original story.
I thought that book was actually more of like an anthology, where Alice might not ever be in every single one of the stories.
I remember you saying
that would fall in line by not running with that book.
So, fun fact for you, right off the get.
Yeah, right off the jump. This stars Mia Wasikowska, Jonathan Depp, and Helena Bonham Carter. This is a fairy tale, quest, adventure, family, fantasy, mystery film.
Ooh.
That is a co-production of the United States, Thailand, United Kingdom, India, and Canada. This is sitting on a 6.2 on the IMDb's.
Oh, that's not that good.
It is sitting on a 2.9 on the Letterboxd.
That's also not that good.
And the synopsis is, Alice is appointed to save her beloved Mad Hatter from deadly grief by traveling back to the past. But this means fatally harming Time himself, the noble clockwork man with the device needed to save the Hatter's family from the Red Queen. So this one, you actually told me while we were watching this is only like the second time you've ever seen this one.
Yes.
First time watch for me, obviously, because I had not seen the original one, so it would be really wild to check this one out before seeing that one. But what are your initial thoughts then on this rewatch?
I like it better this time around because I was able to notice more things.
I can imagine, because this one,
there's a lot going on.
Definitely deal with stuff like that. Our cat's wonderful. So I would agree with that. Anything else then you kind of wanted to delve more into from that?
It was just, I thought, a good movie all around.
I liked it. It's got an interesting cast to go along with it.
It always does.
I like what they did with the progression, though, of Alice Kingsley and how she went off after she turned down Hamish, Leo Bill. and JwaC as Alice. I like how she comes back, as it's kind of interesting that we see her as she outruns pirates and does like a cool little like thing. Kind of funny that Johnny Depp is in this and they're pirates, but he's not a pirate. But it's interesting that whenever life gets hard for her, she escapes to this fantasy world, and escaping to that fantasy world allows her to find her inner strength and kind of figure out ways to deal with these situations. Because I mean, I guess there's kind of like a mirror to what is happening here, where in this one she was complaining about time before she went into
and
Wonderland.
they found her and they put her in an insane asylum. So it
They were threatening to, at least.
No, she was in one.
Was she actually in it?
Yeah, where they went female hysteria bullshit.
They actually didn't do anything yet. They were doing like an assessment.
Well, she had been out of it for a few days.
I guess she was.
So they found her like trying to get out of the furniture. So it's curious, does she have these episodes out loud is not the right word, but can other people see her? It seems like that must be true.
I think to an extent it's more of like she falls into like a coma or like goes to sleep and is living out like a very vivid dream.
Right.
Where I don't think she's necessarily like...
But then she goes back to... She breaks into Hamish's house and finds the chronosphere. So it's just... It's curious.
Well, it's things like that make
curious
you...
and curious.
Okay, I see what you're saying, though, because they did find her. She was in Wonderland for the most of the time that she was in the asylum. And then she came out of it briefly. I forgot that. And then she went back into it. It is kind of interesting that for most of this, you could look at it as, once again, a delusion, where she is either like gets hit on the head and then goes kind of like Wizard of Oz, or opium, like drug induced. But it's weird because, like you said, she does get into rooms in this house for Hamish that she should not necessarily have access to. And so that's where it makes you realize that it's probably a little bit more supernatural.
Yes, I would agree.
That's always one of my things is like, are these things really happening, or is it all in this person's mind? I mean, most of this is her coming to terms with different things and learning how to deal with them through Wonderland. I mean, it's a lot like Wizard of Oz, to be honest.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I was just thinking about it because like she's in a coma the whole time that she's in Oz. Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Well, because every character in Oz, like all the major characters in Oz are literally people that are work on that farm.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, the Wicked Witch is
that neighbor.
The mean old neighbor who wants the dog, who wants Toto. And then, like, the three people who work on the farm are literally the three, like, people she travels with, like, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man.
Yeah, you're right. Huh.
So that's why they're kind of very similar.
I'm having a hard time with that.
But it's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure both these books were written at a very similar time period, like the late 1800s. So,
I think it's a great story. It went by really fast.
Yeah, this did fly for the hour and probably 40 minutes the movie actually is.
Because I'm honestly shocked
that we watched it as quick as we did.
Well, and shocked that it wasn't longer, because these movies tend to be so long that they could have drug it out. I'm glad they didn't.
I wonder if because this is a totally original story that it was pulling less from the book because they didn't, because it's... And they were able to write it more as like a 3-act structure that you'd have for a normal screenplay.
Got it. No, I thought this was a great movie.
I really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was a very good building on certain things. A lot of the main characters, though, are really kind of just regulated to nothing. Like Tweedledee and Tweedledum don't factor much into this.
No, not like the first one. This is mainly...
And like Banyard, the dog, not really in it. Thackeray, the mouse, not really in it.
Even the
Cheshire Cat.
White Queen.
The White Queen is only in it more because...
A little bit.
Because the queens, when they're little girls, like when they're still princesses, that's a bigger part of the story. And then Johnny Depp.
This is really just about Alice.
This is about Alice.
Sasha. Alice in Time.
Yeah, Alice in Time, yeah. I mean, you're seeing the younger versions of the two queens and then the family of like the
High
Mad Hatter.
Tops.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be more about the Mad Hatter, but it's not.
It's more about solving his problem, but less about him per se.
Yes, because he's the one that falls ill and is sick.
I will say, as a big fan of time travel movies, I do love that it explains why the Mad Hatter knows Alice in the first movie when they first meet. He's so excited to see her because that's his Alice. And this one explains because they met
when he's older and she's younger.
Yes. Well, that's when they know they're actually going to meet.
But
in the
her
past,
younger
she's
self
younger.
doesn't know her because she meets... And that's where I start going, you know what, I'm just going to go along for the ride and try not to overthink it.
That's fair. Well, that's one issue with time travel movies. I just start to roll with it, and that there's little like Easter eggs like that I kind of just like, okay, that's great. Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to talk about then with the story or anything like that?
I know it's a sequel, but it just doesn't feel like a sequel because it's so different.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of it's because like we're not truly building on most of the characters. Like you said, we're building more on like
one specific instance.
I guess the last thing I'll bring up is the idea of time, because it is a character, Sacha Baron
Mm-hmm.
Cohen, like you said. But it's also, because like I said, Alice, before she goes into Wonderland this time around, is talking about like time is money, how time is fleeting, like time is it's such a reoccurring theme early on that I was like, oh, that's cute to do all that. And then she comes to realize that time is most important when you spend it with your loved ones or people that you care about. And that's
time
where
is precious.
Time is precious, and you only have so much of it.
Mm-hmm. And the hard thing with that is you don't know when it's gone.
Yes.
Because like that's what he said, you've ticked your last talk.
Yeah.
That was just even got chills right there. Especially now with we have kids, and whenever we talk about our problems, it's
not as important when we
agreed.
And it's also kind of interesting when we're talking about that. The relationship between the two queens has all been soured because of one incident that Elisabeth could not give up. Mm-hmm. Where Marana was wrong, but didn't affect her necessarily negatively. Outside, she felt some guilt about it. But this is really about how, like, the older sister literally harbored this grudge. And it's ruined her whole life. To an extent. I mean, she was queen for a very long time where she was, like, murdering people, but, like...
She was a terrible queen, but imagine that instance never happened.
I mean, she seemed like she's always been a little bit selfish.
Yeah, she seems like she would have been a good queen no matter what. However, we can never officially know that.
That's true. Then I guess we can...
Cast list.
Woo!
Or is it synopsis? We already did that.
Yeah, we did that.
Cast list.
So we can run through here. There's a lot of people in this one.
There always is.
I just mean, like, a ton of actors just in general.
And a lot of collabs that have been repeated.
Yes. Mia Wasikowska, I know her. She actually does a lot of independent films, so she reprises her role once again. Depp, of course. Anne Hathaway, coming back as the White Queen. Mm-hmm. Carter as the Red Queen or the Queen of Hearts. I don't really know what.
I think either works, but I think in this one she's particularly the Red Queen.
I did love that we got to see the bones and like everything of her former bodyguard.
Oh, yes.
And that would have been...
Glover.
Crispin Glover, yeah.
Crispin.
Yeah, weird name. We have said Sacha Baron Cohen plays Time. He's the clockwork man who does that. What I wanted to bring up that I was making sure that I almost forgot about was how he has these little robots that help him. And I love that when they're by themselves, they're called seconds. And that they build to make like a Megazord like you would from like Power Rangers to become minutes. And then they finally, later in the movie, combine to make hours. And I thought that was really clever.
You were really excited about it.
To play with that idea because, like...
Well, I thought it's also cute because they're second in command, so they're mainly seconds.
Yeah.
So I thought... just so well written. I thought Sasha played it very well,
He did. I agree. Matt Lucas from the Great British Bake Off comes back
so good.
as Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Tweedles.
Alan Rickman, his last performance.
This was his last voice performance. Okay. And then he had another movie in 2015 that was his last acting performance. But he died. I think it came out before. No,
because in the credits, it's there's a tribute to him. So it came out the same year he died. So he came out before
makes me so sad.
Before post-production was done. Stephen Fry plays the voice of, I believe, Cheshire Cat. Michael Sheen is once again in this one. He does a lot of the stop motion. He's the one that was actually he was dating Kate Beckinsale and they have a daughter together. He's actually a very good actor. I'm a big fan of him. Timothy Spall from Harry Potter.
Wormtail. Which is funny because he plays a lot of movies with Alan Rickman. He's also in Sweeney Todd.
Yes. Well, that's Timmy B type stuff there, but yes.
But still, I don't think I realized he was in this until you...
Well, actually funny is Alan Rickman was also in Dogma when we were talking about yoga hosers. Oh, and that was the funny one that I was telling my dad the last time they were down about how Kevin Smith tried to correct him on like an acting thing and he would just bellow back at him, royally trained.
I don't know if you told me that and I forgot it, or I just wasn't listening.
I don't know if you connected certain things just because, like, I don't think you necessarily knew.
So he literally yelled back at him?
Pretty much would be. He, like, from what I've read somewhere, that, like, he would try to give him, like, notes on his acting, and he would just be royally trained.
Which, very Snape-like.
It's very, yeah, for sure. Leo Bill is in this one. I don't necessarily know how to describe how I know him, but he is a name that I've seen. He's like a character actor who's kind of in the
Who does he play?
Let me double check. Oh, he's Hamish.
Oh.
In this one. I know I've seen him somewhere. Geraldine James is his mother in this one. That's a name I just recognize as I was kind of running through this one. I don't really think there's necessarily anybody...
Mr. Hightop.
Oh, you're right, yes.
Zephelius Lovegood.
Rhys Ifans, that is his name. I also know him from The Replacements, where he is the British kicker on the team who smokes cigarettes on the sidelines. He's also the evil older brother in Little Nicky.
Never seen it, don't want to.
That's pretty funny.
He's actually younger than Johnny Depp.
Okay, I can see that.
And he's playing Johnny Depp's father.
Yeah. That happens more often than you would.
Well, Johnny has so much makeup on. I have no idea how old he is. He has no wrinkles because his face was painted white.
Yeah, and then outside of his cheekbones, where you can see they painted in like the shadow on his cheeks, and then there's obviously a ton of CGI to also enhance all of that. But
yeah, interesting why he looks so different compared to the rest of his family.
Oh, they kind of have the same hair.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
but he's more eccentric than the rest of them.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure in the book...
I wonder if he was that way because they
died. Be, but there's also something in the book that he's eccentric, like, because he's a mad hatter, because of something with the making of hats.
But his dad makes hats and he didn't...
I'm thinking there's something... Because in the book, there's something with why he's insane. And it's something I think...
lead.
It's either lead or mercury. It's one of the two where he has, issues where he's gone insane because of...
Got it.
All of that type of stuff. But, I mean, still a great cast. Like, not as packed, I would say, as some of the other ones, but still, I mean, this is a Disney movie, so, I mean, there's also just, they have the dollars to throw around.
It didn't do as well as they were hoping.
It's tough with a sequel sometimes.
Well, it didn't score as well as I thought it would have.
That's fair.
But.
That's fair. I don't know if I can... Alright, cool. So I do have this open. I'm just trying to see how long in between, because that tends to be a bigger issue sometimes.
Oh, really?
If it's too long, people just kind of forget. I mean, it's 6 years in between, so it could also be some of that, where people just kind of, forget.
Or you miss the people who are really into it the first time are now older.
Agreed. Sequels are hit or miss. Sequels really are hit or miss. I mean, I like this story. I don't think I know if I like it better.
No. It's also hard because the first one is the original. Everyone knows Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And now you're adding in something different. And if people were hoping it was similar to maybe the book, or if you're a true fan, this is an original story.
This almost seems like borrowing again from Oz, because I know one of the major later stories from Oz is about a clockwork man. So I'm almost wondering if they're oh hey, this is
they never made that one.
I mean, I do like the effect that Time is a clockwork person, where he's got gears and stuff, and how he's...
Is that what that means, a clockwork person?
Yeah, well, I mean, clockwork, obviously, when things work like clockwork, it's perfect because there's so many little gears and little things that all make everything go into it. So, Amatons are supposed to be, robots that work in unison because of all their gears working together.
Amaton?
This is a different type of robot.
Oh.
Anyways, then, is there anything else you want to talk about before we get to why we are here?
Nope.
All right, let's talk about Depp's performance here.
I think it's phenomenal.
It's
so good.
If they would have had him on screen more, I would have switched over, because in the little bit we get of him, we get rage, we get laughter, we get him being just
goofy as all get out.
And then
jeez,
there's this is one of those roles where they literally show everything I want, like they did in The Libertine. Mm-hmm. My problem is that he disappears for a long stretch of this movie.
So if we say this movie is an hour and a half, he's not even on screen for a half hour.
I wouldn't, yeah.
He's not on... So it's really hard. That's my disappointing part of this, is that I would agree with you. I would think this is a phenomenal performance compared even to the original Alice, because you just see his range, but...
Well, you also see, why his family disappears is because he upset the Queen of Hearts at her coronation.
Mm-hmm. So it is his fault.
But I mean, it's because too, like he can't contain his laughter just because he's mad. So like he's a little bit insane, and like that literally stemmed, like that was the other big event in her life that has just derailed everything for her.
I always like small things
because she has such a big head. We actually see why she has a big head.
No, so I am gonna stay with my other movie.
Oh, I actually just realized while we were sitting here, Richard Armitage is another guy I wanted to bring up. He's the king, so the father of the two two princesses. He was in the Hobbit movies as the leader of the dwarfs that come to like help steal the thing from. But I'm gonna stick with mine as well. I'm not gonna switch off the Libertine. I feel bad because I was like, man, this movie is I didn't think it would be the one that would end up carrying the torch for me. And just looking at what we have coming up for him, I don't know if there's one that's gonna knock it off. Maybe one. There's a couple movies I haven't seen on here, but. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the Libertine.
Yeah, I don't Black Mask. Is that the one mine is?
Yes, yeah, we're on Black Mask.
Mass?
Gosh,
I'm not great at this. I know I watched it, but
Catholics. Mass.
Got it. Yeah, I'm staying.
Okay.
I'm kind of bummed about it.
Well, we'll see. There's some other things coming up here. It's going to be interesting as we'll kind of get into what the next double feature is going to be. Anything you want to talk about this one, though, before we get over to just kind of what we know about the next one? We've actually watched the first one together before. You've never seen the other one after that, but anything about...
I just think this is such an interesting pairing. One's a parody, one's...
Well, it's going to be interesting, too, what the next two are going to be.
Oh, gosh.
And actually, our next two pairings are going to be quite interesting, now that I'm looking at it. Next up, though...
Do you just want to say it, since you keep talking about it?
I'm going to. So next up, he doesn't have a major role in it, but he's a very important character because it's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, yay! I love this movie.
And the reason I said it's going to be interesting because it is the last Pirates movie to get released of Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Oh, I've not seen it.
That's why I knew that one you hadn't seen. We've seen Fantastic Beasts together.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I brought that up. So that'll be the next pairing. But what I was actually getting at is the pairing after that. Sorry to spoil this for people, so this would end up being the March episode, is Murder on the Orient Express, which is a murder mystery on a train. It's an Agatha Christie, but it gets paired up with Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh, we probably can have Kenzie watch that one.
We can probably watch, yeah. But it's just funny to me that one is a murder mystery on a train, and then you literally have a guy who solves mysteries and he's Sherlock Gnome.
That's funny.
Yep, so next though is going to be Fantastic Beasts and Pirates of the Caribbean, Book 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. So.
All right, well, let's get to watching.
Alrighty, well, then I will say that I am one half of your hosting duo here, David Garrett Jr., and I am signing off.
And I'm the other half of Jamie Frisch Garrett.
Okay, bye.
Bye.